Joining me now to talk more about Abe's new approach towards Japan's neighbors is Xiaohui. She is from the Department of International and Strategic Studies at the China Institute of International Studies. Always a pleasure to have you on the broadcast. Abe says now he wants to meet with Chinese leaders, kind of explain why he visited the shrine. A Chinese spokesperson says that he's hypocritical when it comes to diplomatic relations with China. How do you see this?
Well, we have to understand what China sees and what Japan does. You know that in Chinese language, there's also idiom saying that actions speak louder than words. It means that we pay more attention to the actions of the Japanese side. You may understand the context of the paying visit to the Yasukuni Shrine. That is, Japan has been conducting a series of actions to undermine the relationship between the two sides. And we have seen clearly that after the purchase of the islands, the bilateral relationship has been in a very bad situation and the mutual trust has been undermined. And specifically concerning the paying visits to the Yasukuni Shrine, this action itself, from Chinese perspective, we don't believe that there's gray area for Shinzo Abe to explain to China and South Korea about this action. We believe that it is very difficult for Shinzo Abe to beautify this action. So that is the basic consideration from Chinese side. And we believe that from this perspective, we understand Shinzo Abe's proposal to talk to China has his own intention. The intentions are to like China to shoulder the responsibility for the failure of communication between the two sides. So we don't trust Shinzo Abe and we need more sincerity from the Japanese side.
You say mutual trust undermined. How do you predict Abe is going to proceed now?
Well, I suppose Shinzo Abe will go in the same track. On one hand, he will make progress in the important perspective of his political dream, that is to revise the constitution and to get rid of the post-war arrangements. On the other hand, Shinzo Abe will try to maintain a peaceful and stable relationship with the neighboring countries. That is partly because that the United States and the neighboring countries are increasing pressure on this country.
How can relations be improved, do you think? And what expectations do you have for 2014? I mean, you and I have talked in the past about how rocky things are there in the area in terms of these disputes over these islands. That's not just Japan and China. You know, South Korea also has some issues with Japan. How do you see things moving forward in 2014?
Well, I'm quite pessimistic about the future in this year. Well, the first thing is that the problems between the two sides still exist. The first thing is Japan's attitude on its history of aggression. I don't believe that Shinzo Abe has correctly dealt with this problem. So it is likely that in this year, a lot of Japanese politicians will visit the Yasukuni Shrine, and Shinzo Abe is likely to pay another visit. That will greatly influence the bilateral relationship and Japan's reputation in the region. The second thing is the revise of the constitution and also the so-called collective defense problem. That means that Japan will make more progress, take more steps in getting rid of the post-war arrangements that will make China and also South Korea concerned. The last thing is the Diaoyu Islands, as you mentioned. This issue actually directly aroused the tension between Japan and China from almost a couple of years ago. And so that is an issue that exists between the two sides. And I don't believe Japan will show more sincerity to put aside this problem with China. Well, there's some driving force for China and Japan to mend the relationship, even though the driving force is not strong enough. As you may know, the economic ties between China and Japan plays an important role in the bilateral relationship. But in the current context, this tie is not strong enough to hold the two sides together. Another thing is the regional cooperation, the cooperation between China, Japan, and South Korea. We have made some progress in this perspective. However, in this year, I'm very pessimistic that the three sides can make more achievements in this field, and this field is not strong enough to cover the political problems between the three sides.
Well, Xiaohui, thank you for your observations, joining us from Beijing this evening.